lot of people said to us, Bloor Street should be a boulevard for culture and elegance. Sport has got nothing to do with that. And I got so angry about that. Sorry to use my finger about that. Sport is the most accessible form of culture, one of the most joyous forms of culture, and we were here on this site long before anybody else. This site was farmers' fields, and then it became a golf course in about 1890. And then in 1900, they created an athletic field. Ever since, it's been the site of world records, national championships, more than 30 Grey Cup games, rock concerts. I mean, this was a mecca. It has such a rich and important history. I don't want to tear up on this tape, but this has been my most consistent home in my life. In the late 50s and early 60s, track and field was a major sport, and I was lucky enough to compete in the Boston Garden or Madison Square Garden or Wembley in the UK. But Varsity, it felt like your home stadium. I have so many memories of my own training and competition here. I decided to come to U of T because I was confident that I could realize not only my athletic ambitions, but my academic ambitions at this university. The dumb jock stereotype has never been true at U of T. The best athletes have always been among the best students. I gradually began to study the role of government in sport. And eventually I was hired to teach. I thought I'd be here for a couple of years, and I'm still here. In the 1990s, Varsity was falling down. The Fire Marshal of Toronto condemned it, and it was my painful role to actually tear it down. It's like killing one of your old children, and I had a funeral with some of my closest friends. We ran a lap together, and we cried because the stadium had been the North Star in my life, and the next week the wreckers were coming in to knock it down. People told us never to have sports again here. It was a very, very difficult period. And there were a lot of people who looked at hiving off the Bloor Street frontage and building a hotel there. I was screaming at some of these things, but in the end, the university was prepared to work with me to do something better. They enabled us to rebuild the entire site. It's open for everyone to see, so we can show the skeptics walking down Bloor Street the joys of physical activity, the important part that sport plays in a major university. I spent 20 years of my life trying to rebuild Varsity. I feel that that was a triumph. That was a big victory. After this terrible tragedy of tearing it down, where we were clearly in the wilderness, we were able to resurrect the stadium in a different form that has been a blessing to the campus and a blessing to sport.